Hey guys, so I'm actually using my computer to record this video before I actually use my phone, which has better quality, but this should upload quicker. My laptop's pretty new, but oh well. So anyway, I just want to let you guys know some basic information about me and why I started making videos. Alyssa Sharp is a YouTuber who kind of does what I do. I don't want to say she's inspired me. Well, in a way she has, because I didn't really think that it's possible to get that many views or get that much attention or continue making videos on YouTube about astrology and actually do something worthwhile. And I've kind of had a lot of time in my hands lately. Between school, I'm taking psychology at university. It's my 4th year. I'll be finishing up in December. And astrology, I've learned while being in university, is a huge passion of mine. I've been studying since I was 8. I have so many books on it. For a little while I stopped. Every time I stop doing and learning about astrology, I realize when I get back into it, oh my gosh, why did I stop this? It's like meant to happen. Like if I stop, I kind of get depressed, and I need to focus on something like this. I get very obsessed with it, and lately I've been looking at people's charts, and it's really creepy because I look at someone's chart and I can tell something about them, and I say something and they get all creeped out. So I realized that I was pretty good at it, and like I procrastinate, and it's like, what do I like to do when I procrastinate? I go to astrology. So I hope when I graduate that I can still continue doing this. I kind of want to mix psychology with astrology and get something done there. Other than that, though, I've been looking at a lot of different things. I look at and study not only astrology, but palmistry, and I'm getting back into tarot, which I used to think tarot was evil, and I had all these issues, but I'm opening myself up to this kind of thing now, and it's like a huge experience and for me, and I like YouTube is really interesting to me, and I keep my eye open to a lot of social networking things, and I have a lot of Aquarius in my chart, which Aquarius is all about astrology and electronic communication and worldwide connection and globalization, and we're entering the age of Aquarius, which the ages change over 2,000 years into a new sign. So yeah, I hope to get a lot more information out there about every single thing that I can, because all this information has been stuck in my head and I need to get it out. And I feel like lately it's been really working, and I've been able to organize this information and send it out there in specific sections and different things. Like I made a video about planets, I made a video about elements and qualities and the signs, and I really hope to focus on specific things for every video and kind of slowly introduce the next topic. So, you know, it flows good. And my first videos were kind of silly, and you know, I made some jokes, and I don't seem very professional, I guess you could say, but I'm hoping I can get some attention and really help people out, because once you find something you're good at, I think you should really stick to it. And I'm getting older, and I really want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing with my life, and everything makes sense lately. But I legitimately like want to help people. And if anyone has any questions, I want to answer them, and I will answer them as soon as possible, because I have a passion for this. And yeah, it's interesting because I tend to meet people, and then they might think I'm weird because I don't automatically start talking about astrology. Sometimes I meet people, and the day I meet them, I'm like, "What's your sign? When's your birthday?" And I've been trying not to do that, and I quit for a long time, and it's difficult to say whether I should continue doing it. It's like an intuitive thing when I meet someone, but as of recently, it's been more, the more you get to know me, the more I talk about astrology, and then every single one of my friends eventually tells me, oh, I'm like, I look at people now, and I can tell their sign, and then they're like, you know, they kind of get surprised, or it becomes a part of their life. So it's like an infection. I don't know what it is. It's just a thing that kind of multiplies and it spreads. Yeah. So, astrology is an occult. And in Christianity, I think this is important to tell people, in Christianity, occults are not good, and I can understand why. I think astrology is a very ancient knowledge, and it's powerful, and if you don't deal with the information or study it in the correct, moralistic, whatever ways, it can be bad. Astrology can be used to predict the future. I don't generally do that. I look at birth charts, and I connect with people, and I try to find ways for them to solve their issues. I don't use it in any way that could be considered as bad in scientifically or moralistically or religiously or spiritually. But it is an occult. An occult actually means study of how life works. Not many things do this anymore. I mean, science does, but astrology is in a way that's kind of more spiritual, and by that I mean it skips a few processes. It isn't scientific, it isn't linear, it can kind of skip mental states, and we can't explain why it exactly works, and that's the issue when it comes to science. And I'm someone that really wants to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, or science and occult. And maybe not bridge it, but just show people that there is a connection, even if we can't explain it in the way that, we're so used to as of lately. Like, we're so used to explaining things scientifically and looking for all these kind of answers, when before in ancient Egypt, all the ancient civilizations, we didn't really do that. We had kind of a science. We didn't have all the technology that we have, but we had different kinds of technology that we don't use anymore. We have a different paradigm now. I'm hoping that we can find a way to go back to the old paradigm, because science and history and everything is just so focused on that we think that we're the most advanced that we've always been. This isn't the case. It really isn't. I've also been inspired by spirit science on YouTube. Spirit science is this awesome channel created by someone by the name of Jordan. He goes by Jordan Pierce. He has another channel called Jordan Pierce. I think his last name is Duknik. Yeah, but I've been watching his spirit science videos for a while, and they're really interesting, and it's very inspiring. And I think he like tiptoes on astrology, but he mostly talks about different kinds of opening yourself up to the universe and different ways of doing that. And I believe humans are so powerful, so complex, way more than what science can teach you at this point anyway. And science may never get to that point and may never bridge the gap, because I understand science really well, and I'm lucky, and I feel very blessed that I've been able to study science and spirituality separately, and like I've been given these signs, and it's been all coming to me, and I feel like I can bridge the gap, and I feel like it's an important part of my life that I'm supposed to follow. Yeah, and you can kind of find this stuff when you look at astrology charts, different things that you have a connection with in some way. There's different signals in your chart that show spirituality, like what kind of spiritual connection that you could use in your life. And there's all these planets and asteroids and where they were when you were born, and where you were when you were born, and like what time of day it was, and how all of this stuff connects. And it's interesting because I think there's more of an awareness of astrology lately in the last few years. Just like anything, like we're advancing crazily. If you look up any specific topic and you look up online, like you go on Wikipedia, and you can see timelines of how advanced in science and like knowledge we are. You go back to the 80s, and there was maybe one or two things in the 80s that we found, and then in the 90s a few things. As soon as we reach maybe 2005, 2010, 2009, 2010, those are the years that things are starting to really change and advance. And I believe there's everything's made out of frequencies, and everyone connects with these frequencies, and then with those frequencies they change us and they alter different things, and it just we're completely affected by the universe, and the universe affects us, and different people are open to it in different ways. And yeah, astrology can show us this. But I completely believe in karma, and I believe that although I don't think humans should be using it in a bad way, the universe has a way of letting us know that, and it takes away our abilities if we're reaching something that could be too bad. I'm a very strong advocate of equality and like universal justice, and using things for good and a higher purpose and all that stuff. I have an Aquarius rising, which I'm going to hopefully talk about rising signs in my next video. I guess that's a good topic. Why not? I'm just going to go with the flow, and that's how things work best for me. It took me a long time to realize that as a Capricorn, because, I like to organize things. My ego wants to organize things, but my rising sign Aquarius doesn't necessarily work in the same way. But yeah. So, everyone just, I don't know, it's really easy now to tap into the Aquarius mindset, and there's going to be a lot of positive things coming with it and a lot of negative things, and it's only positive or negative if you decide it is. Nothing makes something good or bad, only thinking makes it so. Only believing that it does makes it so. Anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap up this video, and I hope you enjoy my other future and past videos, and if you have any questions, just put them in my comments, and I'll be sure to help you, or at least try my best. Thanks. Bye.